1. Before dawn, I woke in darkness to the ringing of a tiny bell, the thimble-sized bell that I wore on a chain around my neck. 3 bursts of silvery sound, a brief silence after each. I was lying on my back in bed, utterly motionless, yet the bell rang 3 times again. The vibrations that shivered through my bare chest seemed much too strong to have been produced by such a tiny clapper. A 3rd set of 3 rings followed, and then only silence. I waited and wondered, until dawn crept down the sky and across the bedroom windows. Later that morning in early March, when I walked downtown to buy blue jeans and a few pairs of socks, I met a guy who had a .45 pistol and a desire to commit a few murders. From that encounter, the day grew uglier as surely as the sun moved from east to west. My name is Odd Thomas. I have accepted my oddness. I am no longer surprised that I am drawn to trouble as reliably as iron to a magnet. 19 months ago, when I was 20, I should have been riddled with bullets in that big news shopping mall shootout in Pico Mundo, a desert town in California. They say I saved lots of people in my hometown, yet many died. I didn't. I have to live with that. Stormy Llewellyn, the girl I loved more than life itself, was one of those who died that day. I saved others, but I couldn't save her. I have to live with that too. Living is the price I pay for failing her, a high price that must be paid every morning that I wake. In the 19 months since that day of death, I've traveled in search of the meaning of my life. I learn by going where I have to go. Currently, I rented a quaint, furnished 3-bedroom cottage in a quiet coastal town a couple of 100 miles from Pico Mundo. The front porch faced the sea, and yellow bougainvillea cascaded across half the roof. Anna Maria, whom I'd known only since late January, occupied one of the bedrooms. She appeared to be ready to give birth in about a month, but she claimed that she'd been pregnant for a long time and insisted that she would be pregnant longer still. Although she said many things that I failed to understand, I believe that she always spoke the truth. She was mysterious, but not deceptive. We were friends, never paramours. A lover who is enigmatic will most likely prove to be a cataclysm waiting to happen, but a charming friend whose usual warmth is raveled through with moments of cool inscrutability can be an intriguing companion. The morning when I set out on a shopping expedition, Anna Maria followed me as far as the porch. She said, "Daylight savings time doesn't start for another 5 days." At the bottom of the steps, I turned to look at her. She wasn't a beauty, but she wasn't plain either. Her clear, pale skin appeared to be as smooth as soap, and her large, dark eyes, which reflected the sparkling sea, seemed as deep as galaxies. In sneakers, gray khaki pants, and a baggy sweater, she was so petite that she might have been a child dressed in her father's clothes. Not sure why she had mentioned daylight savings time, I said, "I won't be long. I'll be back hours before sunset." "Darkness doesn't fall to a predictable schedule. Darkness can overwhelm you any time of the day, as you know too well." She once told me that there are people who want to kill her. Although she had said no more and had not identified her would-be murderers, I believe that she was as truthful about this as about all other things. "I'll stay here if you're in danger." "You're the one in danger, young man. Here or there, anywhere. You're the one perpetually on the cliff's edge." She was 18, and I was nearly 22, but when she called me young man, it always felt right. She possessed an air of timelessness, as if she might have lived in any century of recorded history, or in all of them. "Do what you must," she said, "but come back to us." "Do what you must" sounded ominously significant, not the language one might use to send a friend off to buy socks. From behind Anna Maria, and beyond a window, Tim watched solemnly. Crowding close to him on the left and right, paws on the windowsill, gazing out at me, were our 2 dogs, a golden retriever named Raphael, and a white German